to Islamabad, where sweeping constitutional changes are in fact igniting fierce backlash in the capital. Critics are warning that Pakistan's 27th Amendment delivers an unprecedented power blow into the hands of Chief Asim Munir and also President Asif Ali Zardari. Now, at the amendment's very core, viewers, is a new unified defense command that constitutionally elevates General Asim Munir, placing all three armed services under a single leader. Unprecedented at that, to say the least. Now, the amendment does not stop here. It goes further. It grants lifetime legal immunity for all actions taken in that role. I'm talking about Asim Munir's role. It removes any future judicial oversight whatsoever over the army chief's decisions, his conduct, and whatever he does in the future. Meanwhile, speaking of President Zardari, he also receives similar immunity. Now, this has sparked concerns that the top executive is being placed beyond the reach of accountability, beyond the purview of accountability here. Meanwhile, a new federal constitution court has also been set up. It will be controlled through executive aligned appointments. It has now taken over key constitutional reviews, even as we get you this broadcast. Now, this essentially, viewers, diminishes the Supreme Court's traditional watchdog role across Pakistan. Speaking of the Supreme Court's role, its authority has been narrowed dramatically, even more than the last constitutional amendment, the 26th Amendment. Now, be it the power to take up constitutional matters or even suo motu matters, the amendment has hollowed out one of Pakistan's last remaining institutional checks. Meanwhile, judicial transfer rules are also being re-engineered, shifting leverage towards an already embattled judicial system. One critic's fear may very well, viewers, lose its ability to act independently altogether. Meanwhile, provincial leaders are saying that the amendment tightens Islamabad's iron grip and threatens their constitutional and financial rights as well, rekindling long-standing anxieties about fair federal representation. Now, marking their protests, at least two Supreme Court justices and one Lahore High Court judge have already tendered their resignations. For more on this, we are joined by Dr. Abhinav Pandya, the CEO of USA-NAS Foundation. It's a foreign policy think tank and a counter-terrorism outfit, and he's a counter-terrorism expert. My first question to you, Dr. Pandya, and thank you so much, in fact, for taking out the time and joining us on this important broadcast. Sir, does this 27th Amendment effectively place Pakistan's army and the presidency above the law?
Yes, I mean, this amendment is specifically designed to give overwhelming powers to Pakistani army and just to subordinate all the other institutions to the Pakistani army. And more specifically, I must say, these are also designed to empower one person and one institution, and that is the Asim Munir and the institution of, his current position, that's Field Marshal. And definitely, I feel that, if you can, the way you look at things, Pakistan is facing major challenges on military front and security matters from various provinces. So this is an attempt to strengthen the control of the center, of the federal government, over the state-related matters, particularly provincial financial and security matters. And they want the entire power to go to the army. And you can see that in the times of Musharraf was challenged by the judiciary. Judiciary was a big headache for Pervez Musharraf.
Taking from what you just mentioned there, Dr. Pandya, army's iron grip. Now, what essentially happens to the Supreme Court? It was one of the country's, last resorts against total annihilation, total takeover. Now, the power of trying constitutional cases has been taken away from it. It can no longer also take suo motu cognizance of cases. In fact, two Supreme Court justices, at least two, have already resigned, and a High Court justice has also resigned. So what does the formation of this new constitutional tribunal, where judges have been elected by the executive, mean for Pakistan Supreme Court and the very rule of law in the embattled country, Doctor?
So you can see that the Federal Constitution Court has been established, and they specifically mentioned that it will address the constitutional matters. Now, the main challenge, and I would say the critical aspect of Pakistan's polity so far is the civil-military relations. So now, if the Supreme Court has the power to address civil-military relations or the status of the army within the Pakistan's polity, then it's a perpetual threat to army's overwhelming authority and overwhelming influence over Pakistan's polity. So far, they have retained their control and authority through various dubious measures like terrorism, war with India. But now they want to institutionalize army's position of eminence in Pakistan's polity. And for that reason, they have created this federal constitutional court, which will work more like a stooge of the Pakistan army's head. And they will ensure that this particular court basically preserves and guards Pakistan army's overwhelming position in Pakistan's polity. There was only one challenge that could have come, and it was from the Supreme Court. Now they have defanged Supreme Court, they have neutralized Supreme Court. That's not even in the position to challenge army's constitutional position.
Dr. Pandya, one last very important question here, if you may answer this very quickly because we're running out of time here. Now, could this consolidation of authority trigger long-term political instability, not only in Pakistan, but also in the larger region? If yes, what kind of political instability could it actually catalyze? Very quickly, Doctor.
This strengthens Pakistani army. So certainly it basically weakens democracy in Pakistan further. And secondly, if Pakistan army gets strengthened and even Asim Munir, his position has become supremely powerful, as we can see, he has got a lifetime assignment. So now that is certainly going to embolden them to, I would say, support more of these terror groups and proxies and venture outward, maybe in Afghanistan or in India, for all kinds of sabotage and terror related activities. So certainly that's going to create more security-related headaches for its neighbors, because Pakistan army doesn't have a challenge from within.
Absolutely.
If you look at the trajectory of over the past few years, Imran Khan's PTI had almost completely, neutralized, eliminated Pakistan army from the social space. People were abusing the Pakistani
army. Absolutely, Dr. Pandya. So the last word there is that this will, in fact, also lead to major security challenges, not only internally for the opposition parties and Pakistani residents like those living in Balochistan, but also for the larger region due to the Pakistani army becoming virtually unchallenged in that country. Thank you so much.